The most haunted hotel in New York. The forgotten fire that never let anyone leave. Even today, paranormal investigators and local residents whisper about an abandoned hotel hidden deep in the forests of upstate New York, just outside the small town of Liberty. Many believe it's the most haunted place in the entire state. Some people call it nothing more than an urban legend. Others swear that anyone who spends a night there never leaves the same. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, this story has terrified thousands. It all began over 40 years ago. The hotel, known as Blackwood Manor Hotel, once welcomed travelers driving along New York State Route 17, a highway connecting several quiet towns in the Catskill Mountains. Families, truck drivers, and tourists often stopped there for the night. Then, one winter evening, everything changed. A massive fire tore through the building. Within minutes, the entire hotel was engulfed in flames. By the time firefighters arrived, it was already too late. The building was reduced to ashes. The official investigation blamed the tragedy on an electrical short circuit. Nearly 20 guests and 18 staff members lost their lives that night. The property was abandoned forever. Years later, strange stories began spreading. People driving along Route 17 claimed they could see lights glowing inside the burned hotel. Others reported hearing screams echoing through the forest. Some even claimed they saw a headless woman standing near the entrance before disappearing into the darkness. Those stories eventually caught the attention of a well-known paranormal investigation team. The team consisted of Daniel Carter, Ryan Brooks, Emma Collins, and their cameraman, Ethan Walker, who had filmed dozens of haunted investigations across America. After weeks of planning, they decided to spend one night inside Blackwood Manor. Late one Friday evening, they parked their SUV beside Route 17 and began walking through the dense forest. The only sound was the wind moving through the trees. No birds, no insects, just silence. After nearly 20 minutes, the burned remains of the hotel appeared through the fog. Even before entering, the atmosphere felt unnaturally heavy. The front entrance had collapsed years ago, forcing them to enter through what had once been the basement. The basement was flooded with several inches of dirty water. Rusted pipes hung from the ceiling. Broken furniture floated in the darkness. Every step echoed through the empty building. The smell of mold filled the air, yet beneath it, there was another smell, something far worse. It smelled like something had been dead there for years. The investigators looked at one another. No one said a word. They slowly climbed the old staircase toward the main floor. About an hour into the investigation, every flashlight suddenly began flickering. Without warning, the entire building went completely dark. For several seconds, no one moved. Then something rushed past them. It wasn't visible, but it felt like someone sprinted directly through the group at unbelievable speed. The force of the wind was strong enough to make everyone's jackets move. Daniel spun around. Nothing. The hallway was empty. Only seconds later, bang! A large window slammed shut upstairs. The sound echoed through the hotel. Thinking someone else might be inside, Ryan and Emma searched every room. Abandoned buildings are often used by trespassers or criminals, but every room was empty. There wasn't another person inside. Daniel finally unpacked their paranormal equipment. He placed a motion sensor in the hallway. Looking into the darkness, he calmly spoke. "If there's anyone here, give us a sign. Make this light flash twice." Everyone watched. One flash, then another. The room fell silent. Daniel asked another question. "If you can hear me, are you alone?" Again, the sensor responded. Over the next several minutes, the investigators asked multiple questions. The responses seemed intelligent. Something was answering them, but whatever it was, It refused to show itself. As Ethan continued filming, something terrifying happened. Without warning, he was violently shoved from behind. The force threw him several feet across the hallway. His camera hit the floor. Everyone rushed toward him. Ethan insisted no one had touched him, but everyone had seen it happen. There had been no one behind him. The team suddenly realized they might not be alone, and whatever was inside Blackwood Manor didn't want them there. Still, they refused to. As they walked back through the forest, a woman's laughter echoed behind them. Everyone stopped. They looked back. Nothing. They continued walking. Then, a whisper came from somewhere between the trees. Soft, cold, almost impossible to hear. "Come back." A few seconds later, the voice spoke again. "Please, don't leave me." Daniel slowly turned around. Standing only a few yards away was a woman wearing an old white dress. She had no head. Her feet never touched the ground. She floated silently between the trees. The investigators froze. Then they ran. Daniel, Ryan, and Emma reached the SUV, but Ethan never arrived. His radio remained silent. His flashlight was gone, against every instinct telling them to drive away. They went back, calling his name over and over. "Ethan." No answer. Then Emma screamed. Hanging from the branch of a massive oak tree was Ethan. His body was motionless. The local sheriff's office arrived shortly. Lead investigator Sheriff Michael Donovan questioned the surviving team. After hearing everything, he quietly admitted something few outsiders knew. The hotel's fire had claimed dozens of lives, but one story had never been forgotten. During the fire, a young mother named Sarah Whitmore tried to save her 6-year-old daughter, Lily. With flames surrounding them, Sarah jumped from the roof holding Lily. She managed to throw her daughter away from the burning building, but Sarah landed on heavy construction equipment below and died instantly. Lily survived only briefly before later passing away from her injuries at the hospital. According to local legend, Sarah's spirit never realized her daughter was gone. She still searches the forest every night, calling for her little girl, hoping she'll answer. Many investigators believe that anyone who hears Sarah's voice calling from the woods should never answer.